When I was in my teens, my parents met this much younger couple who were in their early 30s and became really good friends with them. They went to religious functions together and this young family with their one young child. I will call them the Smiths. They were the picture of perfect Christians. I always liked the wife, but occasionally I would get a weird vibe from the husband. Fast forward a couple of years and I decide to go to college a town away from their home and my parents suggest that I live with them. I'm cool with that. I do a bit of cooking for them in exchange for free use of their guest bedroom. Also, right around this time I started dating my now husband. Their house is an old fixer-upper that they like to work on, and the windows and doors all seem to have little gaps and spaces in them. Mrs. Smith worked in the medical field and was gone quite a bit, while Mr. Smith had a more flexible job and was often home alone with just me or me and his daughter. I always felt super uncomfortable with this, and he would talk and look at me in a way that just put my guard up. He would often make these possessive jokes to my boyfriend about me, which we just credited to his slight social awkwardness. I lived here for a little over 2 years, then one night his wife came home in a panic. She said he never arrived at work despite going in at 5 a.m. I start calling local emergency rooms and she is driving on of his routes to work. I head to my parents' house 45 minutes away to have them help with the search. My parents and I get an ominous call 2 hours later from MRS Smith, just stating that she found him, with no other details. We are all speculating what could have happened. Was he cheating on his wife? No, that's crazy, he is too nice of a guy. Maybe he got arrested for something really minor. Turns out he was arrested for stalking, spying on, and taking pictures of a 16-year-old girl. He would watch her as she got up and dressed for school. He did this for over 6 months before he was arrested. Once he was released on bond, he had to go to a psychologist 2 times a week, and his psychologist told him that he had to tell MRS Smith every other instance of voyeurism. Turns out he was doing the same thing to me for the 2 years I had lived there and may have even had a camera set up in the bathroom. He would come home and if I was the only one home, would stand outside my bedroom window and look in the crack between my curtains for hours. He was sentenced to 5 years probation, only had a week worth of jail time because he had 2 young children. I always trust my gut now.